Speaking on marital issues, I want to bring up the subject of marital maintenance. You know, I believe that most people are more concerned with changing their oil every 3,000 miles than they are about telling their husband or wife that they love them each day. Or taking the opportunity to demonstrate it, not just loving in word and in tongue, but in deed and in truth. You know, Vicki and I, early on in our relationship, decided that we were going to play the bless game rather than the blame game. That we wanted to be giving to each other. But in this issue of marital maintenance, your marriage has to be maintained. I mean, you have to maintain your car. Change your oil. Rotate your tires. If you don't, your car's going to fall apart. And if you don't maintain your marriage, what you have to do is you're going to end up taking your car off the road and doing an overhaul. And none of us wants to do that, so it's better to do maintenance. So, Lori, give us some insight on how you and Michael maintain your marriage.
Well, recently, over the last probably 5 years, we meet every Saturday morning in our living room together, because Michael usually gets out of the house Monday through Friday a lot earlier. He's up and out before I'm out of bed. On Saturday mornings, we get together, we talk, we will read through something scripturally, something that we're thinking about. We have great discussions, and we pray together, and it's become a habit so much that we can't do without it, because we know that it's a safe time, because we just got out of bed, the day's starting, and there's no conflict yet in the day. And I think that this whole thing on communications, to be able to carve out that time on a regular basis where you can talk and pray, is really important to have that, because without it, stuff can build up. It's really important to make the time, just like you take time to eat, you take time to do all these things. Take time on a weekly, daily basis, however you can do it in your marriage, to communicate.
David?
Well, I think, Dale, you nailed it when you said that we're more interested many times in taking care of the things that we own than we are in taking care of the person who is closest to us. I mean, think about what you started with in the beginning, which is that, you know, we're commanded to love God and love our neighbor as ourselves. And who better as a neighbor could you look to than your spouse? And Lori mentioned one of the most important areas that Loretta and I endeavor to constantly be in communication about is prayer. We pray a lot together, and I love that time. It's a real sweet time. And when our kids were younger and growing up, we also set aside a date night. Many times we went out and visited different restaurants or went to a movie. Sometimes we just went shopping together. But it's the time alone away from the other cares and concerns that interfere with our relationship that we really need. And you have to fight for that. You've got to be intentional. It's not just going to happen if you say, gee, well, you know, let's have a date night. Oh, okay, yeah, let's have a date night. You may or may never see that happen. But if you say, well, we're going to set aside Thursday nights, that's going to be our night together. And I'm going to plan it this week, and here's what my intentions are. And I, of course, want to make sure that's something that she would enjoy doing with me as well. Fishing, she doesn't, so I can't include that, Dale.
I'm glad you brought that up, because, you know, that's something that I want to talk about. You have different desires and different likes, and you know, Vicki is very accommodating to me. She actually will bring it up to me. She said, look, you need to go fishing. Of course, it's probably when I'm acting like a creep, you know, that she says I need to leave her alone. But you need to learn to speak the other one's love language. And I personally don't like to go to the movies, you know, but she likes to go to the movies. And so, you know what? I go to the movies. And it's good. It's good medicine for me. But I think, who was it? Was it Gary Smalley that wrote the book on love languages?
One among many, yeah.
You know, but anyhow, learn to speak the language that your spouse speaks, and learn how to bless them. Again, it's a lot easier to bless than it is to blame. But all this is in maintaining your relationship. I'm telling you, if you don't take the time to maintain it, you're going to be doing an overhaul, dude. And those things are expensive, time consuming, and the car goes off the road and you go nowhere when you do the overhaul. So remember to maintain your marriages, and it's really walking in love.